So have you traveled to Ghana? Have you lived in Ghana for any amount of time or even thought about visiting Ghana? And if you're an African American and you're not feeling that kingship that you expected from your fellow brother or sister, or even the powers that be in Ghana, watch this video because I'm going to explain to you exactly why that is. See, when I was in my early 20s, I lived in a low income area here in the US, and I used to visit this convenience store. Now, this store was owned by an older black gentleman named Mr. Mike. Now, Mr. Mike had owned the store. The store had actually been in his family for many years. And he used to tell me about how the neighborhood had changed over the years and how being impoverished changes the mentality of people, including the young black men who hung out in front of his store, and how their conversations weren't about anything productive, but about how to scheme and get over their fellow brother or sister. Welcome to the Ghana Plug. And on this channel, my mission is to help create different avenues of plugging the African American community into Ghana. So if this is the type of content that you'd like to see, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. See, in Ghana, salaries range anywhere from 1,000 Ghana cedis to 22,000 Ghana cedis per month. And that's equivalent of about $200 to $800 per month. And that's actually being very generous. All right. Let me paint a picture for you. So here you arrive there in Ghana, you come through the airport, and just because you're an American and they just want access, they want what you got. So they might have heard that Africans were captured as slaves and taken to the New World. And, they don't understand what that has done to the descendants of the enslaved. They don't know that. So here you are, you're traveling to Ghana for spiritual healing, connection with your ancestors, but they just see you as somebody who's coming there to vacation. They just see you as somebody who has money, who has things or access to things that they don't have access to. So I believe that anywhere in the world, it doesn't have to be only Ghana, but even here in the United States, wherever there's lack of resources, you try to position yourself to the person, place, or thing that has access to those resources that you don't have access to. Okay, so it's not only Ghana. It's unfortunate that Black Americans in Ghana are saying that they're being taken advantage of, but I even know people, Ghanaians, who've been living here in the United States, for a really long time, who've traveled back home and are trying to start some type of business or something to get going, or even building their home in Ghana and have been taken advantage of. So if, for example, a Ghanaian who's been living here in the U.S. is sending dollars home to a trusted family member for a business or the construction of their house, those funds have been known sometimes to be redirected towards something else, whether it be a medical expense, paying their kids' school fees, or something else. Again, so whenever there's a lack of resources, you're going to do whatever you can to get access to those resources, even if sometimes if it's unethical. And I'm not making an excuse, it's not right, but it just happens. I'm just explaining to you the situations in Ghana. So when it comes to the average Ghanaian, they think of overseas, we call it abrochi. They think of being from overseas is just a place that they have to get to because they're thinking that all of their problems will be solved. They don't understand how much we have to hustle here in the US or even anywhere in Europe. They don't understand that, we have to work really hard to pay our bills, to just to be able to make a living. They don't know how hard we have to work here. So they see you as this person coming from overseas that has just a much better or easier lifestyle than they think that you don't have your own problems, you don't have your own situations, stresses in life. That might be similar to theirs, but are just a lot easier to overcome. They're not thinking and empathizing with the fact that you have your own issues that you have going on here in the US or wherever you live in the world. See, this is the mentality of Ghanaians, and this is what they're thinking. Like, they're looking at, the movies and social media and everything, and they're looking at, for example, how easy it is transportation wise to get from one place to another here in the US or in Europe or somewhere else in the world. And the fact that they might have to sit in traffic for hours and hours to get from point A to point B. Just that one simple thing makes a whole lot of difference in the perception of how Africans see where we live. They're humans, just like everybody else. Everybody else wants the finest things in life. You know, everybody, when they're growing up, they want to be able to afford things. They want to be able to take care of their families. And they're just not able to because the economy, because, Africa is a supposed impoverished place. And sometimes that's all people see as poverty. And when you're used to seeing poverty all your life, it affects your mentality. It affects your mindset. And your mindset also affects your behavior and the choices that you make in life. So with 1,000 Ghana cities to 5,000 Ghana cities on a monthly basis, just think about it. If you lived in the US or you lived in Europe or anywhere else in the world, and you're making $200 to $800 or whatever per month, just think about if you can put food on the table, if you could pay your bills, or if you could even just put a roof over your head. So it's not that Ghanaians really, their intention is to take advantage of foreigners or African Americans or anybody that's visiting Ghana. It's just the situations that they're put in. It's just the environment has conditioned people so much that they're only thinking about themselves. They're only thinking about how can I get over? How can I make life better for myself? And as human beings, we're gonna find that edge. We're gonna find anything to put ourselves in a better situation, even if sometimes that means taking advantage of my brother or sister who's coming from overseas to connect with their ancestral home. They don't see you like that. They only see you as somebody who's coming from America, who's coming from Europe, who's coming from somewhere else and they're on vacation. And they're only thinking of number one. Okay. A natural human instinct is to think of me first. Think of how can I position myself in the best situation. Even if sometimes that means getting over on that other person, even though it's not right. Yes, it's not right, but it happens. Another reason is the lack of ability to change your social class, or more commonly known as upward mobility. See, in most developed countries, even if you're born into a family that doesn't have access to financial resources, you're able to get educated and get a job and put yourself in a position to be able to help yourself or help your status because you just have access to different financial tools. In Africa and places like Ghana, those financial tools are not available. In Ghana, for example, you can go to college, graduate from college, even get a master's or a doctorate. And sometimes it's very, very difficult to get jobs. The jobs are not available. So individuals find themselves in a position where they feel forced to make decisions that go against their own moral compass. It's just that in many African countries, the systems are not set up in such a way where the youth are supported. There's lack of an abundance of different systems for the youth, like after school programs, after school employment, sports leagues, for example. Sports leagues for the youth is such a great, valuable tool that can teach so many life skills for the youth. And there's a lack of an abundance of that. And as you know, in any society, as the youth go, so does that society. In Whitney Houston's infamous words, the children are the future. Look, I didn't make this video to be an apologist for Ghana or any other African country, but I believe that with more empathy, knowledge, and understanding, it's going to help bridge the gap that has existed between continental Africans and the African diaspora for so many decades. So, with that being said, if you'd like to see more videos about my homeland, Ghana, please make sure that you're checking out the playlist right here. But if you'd like to see more thought-provoking content like this from me, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. This is your man, King Anan, and I'll see you on the next video.